I love shooting film. I learned photography on film, and it is so different from shooting digital. There's an intentionality, there's a methodology that's not there in digital photography, or it's not there in the same way. Throughout the years, I have shot with so many different types of cameras, both digital and film. And there's always been one camera that I desperately wanted, my dream camera. A few months ago, we were back in Boston as Claire had to go for a work trip. And as I always do when I'm in Boston, I had to stop by the Leica store. When I walked in, I was greeted by one of their, as they call them, brand ambassadors, Donald. Fantastic guy, always very helpful when I'm up there. And I saw in the used case a Leica M4. Donald kindly showed it to me, let me mess around with it for a while, and I desperately wanted it. But I couldn't necessarily justify the price tag right away, so Donald kindly offered to hold the camera for me as I went and discussed it with Claire. A few hours later, I was back at the Leica store. Donald was ringing me up, and I got it. I bought my dream camera. And here it is, my dream camera, the Leica M4. Realistically, any camera in the Leica M series was really what I wanted. Always inspired by the Leica M3, the M6. But like I said, this was, when I purchased it, had just recently been CLA'd, so it was in fantastic shape. And yeah, just lucky to stumble upon that. So the first thing I did when I bought this is I needed to shoot some black and white film. I wanted to find things with texture and contrast and just forego color and try to create dynamic images in black and white. So I took a roll of Canon 100 and my personal favorite black and white film stock, Kodak 125px, which sadly does not exist anymore, and went to Old Ellicott City. The first roll I shot was the 125px. Now, being expired, there are certain risks involved, and honestly, the shots came out great, the exposures look good. There's some weird, looks like cracking in the emulsion of the film, probably from age. So, unfortunately, it's got some extra character to it. I've kind of been treating Old Ellicott City as kind of like a personal assignment. Photograph it as many different ways as possible. Turn my lens onto different things and show it in different ways. I've done this with all of my different lens tests, and I wanted to do it with the Leica. Going there and shooting purely in black and white, I found so many interesting perspectives, so many different looks, down to this seemingly abandoned factory that has amazing texture, really cool graffiti, and just a lot of different look that was just so good for black and white film. After finishing the roll of 125px, we put the Canon mirror in and started exploring again. The Canon mirror rendered so beautifully, very fine grain, great tonal range, these really deep, rich blacks, great shadow value, excellent highlight control. Just overall, I loved the look of the film. Now this shot in particular is one of my favorites that I took. The way the shadows fall on the building and the tonal variance and how it transitions from building to building just makes it such a gorgeous shot, in my opinion. One of my other favorite things with film photography is just developing the film. And in black and white, it's so fun to do that, to have your own chemistry and just develop your own pictures. It gives you complete control over the entire art form and the entire process, and I love it. And in that kind of spirit, I made kind of like this film developing art piece, very heavily inspired by Oppenheimer, which is an incredible film. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. Alright guys, well that's gonna basically wrap up our, I guess, vlog? Story time? I don't know what to call this. But I think that's gonna wrap us up for today. I really appreciate all of you guys who have watched to this point. Thank you so much. Leave me a comment, hit the subscribe button, let me know what you want to see in future videos. It means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Peace out, and we'll see you in the next one.